everyone, welcome to the start of another LEGO build. This is the Organic Farm by LEGO Friends, set number 41721, and it contains, I don't know, probably about 400 or 500 pieces, I forgot. So, I haven't opened up the manual yet. Kind of forgot, so let's start ripping things open. I don't know if I have any stories to tell this time other than trying to rip open the cellophane on the manual. I did one of these one time and somebody called me weak because I couldn't rip it open. First off, that person got blocked. And second, for those who don't know, I'm an older gentleman and I do have arthritis in my hands from time to time. So, yeah, not really a good way to get on a block list. So here's the print work, and home sweet home. Not where I'm at, it's not. So we got some stickers. For the size of this build, I'm really surprised it wasn't more, which, hey, it's fine by me. And let's see here, I'll make sure there's nothing in here that we can't leak. Okay, so this time we get a brick separator, but I don't have this color. Now I do have one. So this build's broken down into 7 bags. Sorry for the bad angle here. So I think what we're going to try to do is work for about an hour and see where we go with it. Okay? So let's get going here. And I've just started working on the campground mock. That project I want to do. This is part of my obligations that I have to do. So, got to get it done. Let's see here. Just getting that off there. Okay, so we're going to have to build, let's do bag 1. Which is the figures, and it's like a chicken coop in the tractor. So it's broken down pretty easily. So let's get started here. And despite, me being a guy, I actually do somewhat enjoy Friends builds. I know some dudes out there don't like these sets, each to each his own, but for me, it's a very relaxing build. And some may judge. You're more than welcome to do so. Oh, well, that's River's head. That doesn't fit on there. Let's see here. So we're going to put all the little stuff together first and have things roll around. I think that her head goes on here first. So yes, now I got to find the wig. I just wish we had different ethnic groups for regular minifigures. It'd be nice, instead of just the plain boring yellow. I know we have some for the what is it? The Ultimate Collectors series type figures, and whatever. But that's it. So here we have old Felix. Can't say he's Mr. Perfect, but we'll see here. Felix with the curly hair. And for those who don't know, these are great wigs for regular minifigures too. Just try to get his head on there straight. Come on, get your... That's why you're not thinking correctly. Your head's not on straight. Oh, he's got a... he's got brown eyes and brown hair, so I'm assuming that he's probably Hispanic, Latino, Mexican descent. I don't know. And she's probably African American descent. Hard to say. They got different types of figures in here, which is always cool to look at. So I can always use... Too bad I can't pop these arms off because my skin color is obviously not that dark. I'd use his torso. So I got the figures done. There's the brick separator. And how we know? Look, it even tells us we got stars there too, so they're both sharing the same set of stars. Cool. And I noticed watch time on this channel has jumped up. I think some people, like I said, watch these for ASMR, which is cool. Yeah, I don't yell in my videos, which is probably why. One of my older ones that I did, just a couple of videos ago, I had to censor out the F word. I thought, well, I'm going to just take that out, you know. We don't need to be adding more negativity into things. So this obviously must be the chicken coop. Now, there's some good building inspiration in these sets. And I still get some of these dudes in our community. Seems like a lot of them still, you know, a lot of them buy these sets for parts when they're on sale. But there's some out there that would literally blush and turn red if you say, hey, go pick up a Friends set. They're like, why? Yeah, well, because it's for girls. So does it say girls on the box? No. Okay, then there you go. Don't have to worry about that. And there's some out there who are younger builders, and they have said, well, my parents will think of me different if I buy these. And I'm like, well, why? Because it's targeting girls? Does that mean you can't buy it? It doesn't say only for girls on the box. Just like Technic, you know. I mean, there's some gals out there who buy Technic and build machines and stuff. So there's nothing that's going to stop you from getting these. You know, I mean, if you enjoy the hobby, it doesn't matter who the set is for. This is a yellow Technic pin? A regular Technic pin. I haven't seen one in yellow. And make sure I got that correctly done. So it's obviously got a friction in here. I thought it would be really loose, but no. I don't know what that's for. We'll find out here in a bit. Yep, it's still Memorial Day where I'm at. Probably even by the time you're not watching this, you're probably all back at work and school, because I always film these in advance because I got to edit and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty quiet in my area. Yeah, I mean, literally a lot of people are out of town and enjoying life. I'm doing Lego. Hearing the noisy hard drive in the camcorder, which I had cleaned off a bunch of memory on this, because I have been doing a lot of editing and stuff and trying to get videos done. I'm kind of behind on editing tutorials. Like, I got a bunch of stuff done, it's not ready to be published yet. You know, it's up on YouTube. And I've been getting behind on memberships, so not that I haven't forgotten anybody on memberships yet, I just haven't had the time to really get in there. And since, you know, I only have one member, by the way, and I don't want to upset her, you know, or probably thought I forgot about her. No, I've just, you know, just work-related stuff, and I don't want to just give somebody some half-ass build, pardon the language. I don't want to give somebody that kind of quality of work and just say, there you go. You know, Lego has high standards, I have high standards. I don't want to give somebody a tutorial that's not easy to follow and, that kind of thing. Alright, so we got the windows in, and then we stack on 2 plates here. Stacking on plates upon plates is, you know, Lego, you do actually have one of these. Why are we using these for? It's not that I don't need whatchamacallit. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about one of my YouTube channels, Scenic Adventures. I may put a link in the description if I remember. I really want to get back into getting into that channel. It's just summertime's rolling around, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I think I'm going to rebrand it to some kind of urban explorations channel, like one of the many that are already out there. But it's going to take a lot of time. Try to find somebody that willing to do that stuff with me, so I'm not just doing that stuff alone. And I just need to find some free time to do it as well. And a lot of places to explore out here are in the desert, so obviously I will not be doing that in the middle of summer. That would not be pleasant at all. Even if you bring 20 gallons of water and carry it on your back, it wouldn't be too fun. And yes, what you're seeing there is actual slopes. And we crown it off with the plate. Or is there something that goes on the top of that? No. Slow going on finding all the little bits and pieces to fix my car. I'm finding everything. I'm finding new old stock and stuff like that, but some of these guys want a pretty penny for things. There's the chicken coop. And they use 3 of these things here. I thought these were ice cream, but these are actually, they're using these as little eggs. So I'm thinking you put these in here for the chicken coop, you rotate this, and they come spilling out all over the table. So it's functional, yet it's pretty cool. Except I notice it's kind of turning kind of weird. So we'll put those back in there. And a butterfly goes on the top, and the little rooster figure right here. Pretty cool. I mean, chicken, rooster, whatever they are. We still have in my area a rooster that goes off at 4 in the morning. You know, mind you, where I'm at, it used to be the rural suburbs, and it's not like that anymore. You know, and it shows that we can do that. We already figured that out. So there it is. We'll have River. I don't know what's her name anyways. I got the box by me this time. So her name is Priyanka. I don't know how to pronounce that, so that's her name. I'll have her and Felix take a look at the light while we're here. Looks like we're building the tractor next. So this is not, this so far is a very relaxing build. And I think even a young builder would even enjoy this too. So far, it's keeping my interest, and it's got a lot of good inspiration too. I think in this set probably retailed for $80 or $90. I don't know. But I don't like to know too much when I'm doing the build because I don't want to contaminate the build experience with the price, because they're not really connected. You could have a great building experience and just be ridiculously overpriced. Versus could be a cheap set and just has a lousy building experience. It just depends. And so far, I'm happy with it. We haven't put any stickers on it too, so it makes it even better. I like to use my imagination. And a couple of these. They do make these round on the, or just smooth on the top. Except for the color of this tractor, this is not a bad little build. Yeah, I've noticed lately a lot of my tutorials or the reviews that I've been doing, since these are like new release or pre-release reviews, a lot of people prefer these over the ones I used to do, where they were just, I reviewed them by like 2 or 3 years later where everybody else has the set, so there's no point. This time I'm actually doing the reviews on hand. Let's see here. Is this going to be one of those eco-friendly electric tractors? And we take a nozzle, 2 Hall studs, and a nose cone. For the, I'd say the exhaust stack. I don't know, I don't drive a tractor, so I don't know what all this stuff is. Can't wait to build the house that we've been looking at on the front of the box with the little barn. Oh, this is an eco-friendly one. So this is it's an organic farm, so obviously, yeah, it just takes a little plug in the front. That right there. And radiator grill and another one of those little round things. Yeah, I've been kind of tired. You know, it's starting to feel more like a job every day just because of this. Before I used to love building stuff. Now it's starting to become a job, and we got to build duplicates of something. I'm almost done with the sets. After this one, I think I got 3 more sets left to do. I'd have to look. And once I'm done with those, I'm going to just say it's time to cool down for a bit. I'm still going to build my own stuff. I'm just not going to focus on the pre-built stuff where I just follow the building guide. You know, I'm a mock builder. I want to build my own stuff. Okay, looks like we got a couple of brake lights in the back. Honestly though, just bulking this up makes it faster. But we maybe just do 2 or 3 bags today. We'll see. Because I don't want to be up all night trying to do all these. Okay, we'll just flatten those down. And they go here. I think they go next to the steering wheel. I mean, it makes more sense. That's where they go. Not too bad. It's just purple. Yeah, so if you're like me and you're going to be stuck at home all summer, Lego will keep you occupied. For how long, I don't really know. I really don't know. And now we got to put the wheels together and stick the wheels in. In fact, I just realized I got to get some bills paid too. I was like, did I go to the mailbox? Yes, I did, and it wasn't something I wanted to see. Start manufacturing the tires and getting these all put in. These white rims work very well for RVs. They just kind of fit. Okay. Obviously the spokes go on the outside. There's the fancy rims. I think obviously to match this side as well. Okay. And this goes on the back right there. Anything else? We are done. We just got to put 2 cherries in there. We're finished. Don't roll away. And honestly though, it's not a bad little tractor. It's got a lot of detail. Just changes out to maybe yellow or green. Even red. It wouldn't be bad for like a fall harvest theme. Just change out those colors and you are ready to go. I think we're building a trailer that goes behind it next, so we'll start building that right away. And we'll be done with bag 1. Yep, a lot of guys frown on these, but you know what? Nothing, you know, just download the building instructions and just use any color you want. And then this crate goes on the back. Not too bad. And the snaps are right in here, so you know, where's that old camper at? Hold on, let me go find that. Now, if you're on a budget, let's try it with this. Why not? Let's see here. Yeah, I gotta have fun with this, right? Let's see if this works. It should be. Usually Lego keeps the stuff the same height, so well, son of a gun! Well, something's dragging. Oh, I still have the leveling jacks. Let's put those up real quick here. Well, it's the right height, alright, but look, this tractor is so small, the trailer is too heavy. But it does pull it. So, it indeed does work. I just wanted to see if it did. Of course, I'm sure that the little red pickup truck can pull that. Okay, now back to the build. And you know, you gotta have fun with this stuff. A lot of people don't. Some just, this is a job to them and not to me. So that's it. And the pitchfork goes on the back. Okay. And surprisingly enough, we have a bunch of stuff in here. Little accessory pieces you can use to enhance just that for bag one. Oh, forgot about that one. Okay, I think that was about 25 minutes that we spent on just building just those few items. So here we got bag two. Doesn't really tell us. You can always look at the beginning again for a refresher. So it looks like we're building, I don't know if that's supposed to be an egg stand. So we're building Marcel, some signs, an egg stand, and some puny apple tree. So let's get started on that. Not too bad. Let's get going here. And I already saw stickers, so we're going to have to put stickers on this stuff now. At least bag one was okay. Thought this was going to be one of those high-end sets where the stickers were just thrown in there to tease you. Alright. Yeah, I really want to get back into the country camping theme. I'd like to start really building that up. At least I have the trailers and campers and accessories. I just got to build the terrain, which is not too bad. Just got to do this first. And I got to put a sticker on a tile. I got plenty of white tiles, but still, this were printed. I think Minecraft sets are, and maybe the smaller sets are usually for that. You could still use this for a MOX. Looks like we got eggs and jam. And okay, that part's done. Let's keep that over there. Alright. Okay, we got more signs we got to build with stickers. Bites the tongue. This part here kind of feels like a Minecraft set. Now until we get to the basket. Minecraft, bring out some baskets so we can carry things. Alright, and this piece goes on here. Gotta put that on. It's even the wrong color basket too. Sometimes it's just tempting to get a silk screening machine and just take the graphics, scan them in and print them. And this is kind of crooked. It's starting to, but you know what? I'm going to rip that off when I'm done reviewing. Don't tell Lego I'll do that. So there it is. Must be the donation basket. They're building themselves a stand. Pallet side bricks. You want to build yourself an epic castle, there you go. A minute, no, we need a dark brown, or just a brown, reddish brown, brittle brown. Sorry for the camera angle, guys and gals. And stick a couple of these in. We don't have no egg cartons, really? At first I thought maybe it was a snack stand or something. No, not what it is. Oh, that must be Marcel's head. We found it. Oh, we forgot to put him together. Whoops. Skip that step, huh? We got so excited how the sticker fun we forgot about Marcel. What kind of piece is that? Well, we don't know. It fell on the floor. Huh. Looks like a bandage for something. What happened? He cut his hand? Let me go look here. It's like a bandage. Let's see. That's exactly what it is. Oh, I was depriving everyone of Marcel getting into an accident here. He probably was wrestling with that tractor and it just bit him. Probably was like me saying, no, I don't, you should be another color other than purple. And the tractor's like, no, sorry, try again. And it nicked his hand. So it goes in like that, I think. Oh, I'm gonna have to save that. That's a good piece. I'll have to get a couple of those. I bet they'll work with regular minifigures too. I'll just get some bandages for some heads and arms, and there you go. Have them get into some kind of wild street fight. Let's see, I'll show you. And that's where it takes a lot of time as going through the book. Look at that, they got his hand all bandaged up. Surprised they didn't include Lego. You didn't put a man bun on this guy. I was expecting a man bun if he's already getting into fights, you know. Put a man bun on this gentleman. He would have been set for life there. Just tell all the gals he was at the bar and got into a bar fight. Let's see. Okay, so we got the things of jam. Almost reminds me of when I was making the fallout shelter and the grocery store shelving. I would just use some of these for containers, which works pretty cool. And then you got to use a strawberry one on that. So we got strawberry, and which doesn't make any sense. You think that would have been the strawberry? No, that's a strawberry. But you know what? You could put that together any way you want. I have to put it together like this because of the review, but I'm sure you can swap that around and make it the way you want. And somebody's going to say, you sound chipper today, like you sound like you're more of in a good mood. No, I'm actually in a lousy mood today. Just doing these kind of relax me and get me away from the drama-filled weekend. And I don't want to go into that rant, bore everybody. Okay. Okay, we want it that way. Oh, those are reddish brown too. Man, just be careful with those. They may just snap and break in 5 billion trillion little pieces. And it goes on the top here. Well, at least we're not putting any tie. Well, we can't put stickers on studs, huh? And we need a leaf. Leaf goes there. Alright, so you put this on backwards. Make sure everything's lined up, and you just rotate it down like that. Well, it almost looks like it, except I got it on backwards. So what are we going to do? Well, no one will know. We'll just stick that there. Whoops, let's stick that right there. Flip that right around. And we just randomly leave $100 here. So just drop $100 in the bin. It must be the donation bin. Probably to feed the chickens. And the last thing is you go there and bandage up your hand. You need to tend to that before gangrene sets in. Now we're going to do the apple tree. Slope. And a little stud flower. I don't know where the ladybug's going to go. Yeah, I'm uploading some other videos for you guys and gals. Like I said, I'm still behind on tutorials, and that's printed, by the way. But my goal is to give you the best building experience possible. Some people just rush through their builds just to get the views. And I've had one guy says, your channel's not getting a lot of views, and they're referring to my main one. I'm like, well, I do this for fun. I don't care if it gets any views. Because if I worry about that, I may as well just start making this full time. And I don't really spam my social media. Some people do. They'll literally spam everybody with it. I've had it happen on my channel. I've had some popular YouTubers, they'll go on my channel, they'll comment and go, hey, y'all need to watch my channel. I do these builds better. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. You could have just said, you could have just contacted me and told me you want me to block you. I would have just done just that. Save you the embarrassment. And it's not that I like to block people, I don't do that. I don't go on somebody else's channel. I just don't see the need to do it. And of course, you know, if somebody really wants to, they can promote my channel, and I'll be very grateful for it. I've had some fans that do that. There's one, I'm not going to mention his whole name, but it goes by the name Aaron. I was watching a few of his videos, and he's got me mentioned in his description. He knows who he is. He had like a, I'm trying to think, it was like an arena or something. Still need to leave him a comment. I was on the wrong channel. I thought, well, I need to put it on my main. He had like a little arena, custom built, and I think that's what it was. And it was pretty cool. It was fully custom and such, so those are always a treat to see. And yes, excuse me. I do watch other channels from time to time. You know, sometimes it's a little bit different. If the person doesn't pester me about it, I'll go watch their channels. And I comment on their videos like I would if somebody were doing that to my channel. You know, comment on there, and you know, show them the same consideration as they show me, and then they get a view, and that's how it is, you know. A lot of big YouTubers don't do that. They don't comment on other people's videos because some think that you owe it to them. Well, I mean, we all start out at the bottom. There's no need to, you know, sit there and go, oh, I'm going to get popular. That's what we call being a douchebag. You don't want to be a douchebag at all. So, no need to do that. Just watch somebody's channel because they take the time to watch yours, and kindly comment and be constructive and don't be negative. We already got enough of that going on right now in the world. And you know, compared to my apple tree that I tried my darndest to make, this one here, yeah, and I don't know if I have building instructions for the apple tree. I may. I mean, I have the video tutorial, but I really don't want to sit down and watch a whole video tutorial on that unless I absolutely have to. And oh, and by the way, if you're interested in my Patreon, I think I'll put the link in the description if anybody's interested. And it's just basically full of building guides and such. And we have one extra one of these. Where does that go? Oh, I see where it goes. Right here. Are we missing something? Let me check. Oh, there's a stud flower that goes in there. Whoops, my bad. I think the reason why Lego makes these trees the way they do is they're stronger. That's an apple tree. Hey, yeah, okay. And that's what you're left with, bag 2. Let's take a look here. So, not too bad. You get a couple of items, including Marcel. Hope I never experienced that. And now the next thing is bag 3. So bag 3 involves these right here. Let's start decluttering lids. I need to write 1, 2, 3 on these. I got some stickers that I could just use. I may put the stickers on the sides. And let's see what we got here. So we are building for bag 3 horse, another doll figure, and the first portion of the barn. And we're going to go ahead and tackle that now. Where is the box at? I just had it. I want to find her name so we can let Google index that. Her name, oh, that's Mia. She's a star of the show, and how did I dare forget her? Okay. She's got 2 different types of hats. So just think, if you want to wear a hat and you're a minifigure, you're going to have a rough time because you're going to buzz your hair off and then you have to put the hat on. But you know what? Let's take a look at the other hat. This is like a riding hat. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. We'll keep that over there. Well, let me put that over there. I don't want to lose that. So let's start putting that together. And here's the new types of Friends horse. This is pretty flexible. It's got some rubbery type hair. Honestly, these look a little better for horses than the Lego figures and the older style figures as well. So this one here has got a bunch of little accessory stuff that we have to put together. Let's get going here. We've got a lasso. She's done. So I'm going to leave the country hat on. I think that looks a lot better. And then for the horse, we got 2 options here. I'm going to go ahead and saddle my horse so she can ride. Should just do that. I don't think she can just sit in there. She just stand on? Does she just stand on the horse? Okay. Okay, so this muzzle goes on the front, I think. Let me see how it goes on here. Okay, so it goes like that. It just sits on there. So if you're looking for something that's going to snap on, that will not work. But how is her hand supposed to hold on to that anyways? I'm sorry, horse, you're going to have to wear that. I guess it just falls off, but it shows it like this. So maybe they should have made it snap onto something. Let me take her out because she's going to fall out of here. So I'm sure it goes like this, or maybe I have to wrap it around the eyes, or like that maybe. So you're really going to have to mush it up against the ears. Let me see how that is. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like this, but or unless it's supposed to go like this through the mouth. Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. So you're supposed to put this in here and just plop it through the nose. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not taking that off once I get this on there. It feels like I'm going to break it, but just do it very slowly and there you go. So this part goes around the nose, this part goes behind the ears. Okay. Alright. We got to build some other stuff too. There was a little black brick. Oh, this. You're supposed to put this on here so you can take out the saddle and fill that in like that. Okay. But I'm going to leave the saddle in for when I do the thumbnails and stuff. I like to position my figures and stuff to do things. So far, not too terribly bad. A lot of people have said though that these videos do help. Some get stuck. I get stuck too. So you're not the only one. And I believe this is a small portion of the barn. So far, it's like I've said, it's a pleasant build. It's not too intimidating. It's not too hard. Stickers are pretty mild so far. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We've got a bunch of parts, but you never know. We can blast right through that real quick. Okay, we need a. Already got the brick there. Assuming we're probably using that for hay. And wait a minute, hold on. Let's put that right next to those, and one of these columns. I like building with bricks more than just the little stuff. When I build houses and stuff, I try to keep it all simple. Unless I absolutely have to use like small pieces like this. Like I'm fumbling over big pieces to find another one of these 1x1s. Oh wait, it's 2 palisades. At first I thought it was just a 1x1 there in that corner, but no, it's like I got plenty of these. Well, now I know why. Okay, now we know why. So now it looks like we are building a part of the barn. Are those stud flowers on the dirt? No, those are round stepping stones. Somebody asked me, what am I going to do with all these sets that I'm getting? You know, Lego's been sending me for review. I'm like, well, they're going to get parted out when I'm done. In fact, I still got to finish up my reports. Everything's got a hitch. I got to do paperwork. I have to wait 7 days, so after the video's been published, and then I have to report my findings. Well, at least we're doing big pieces now. Boy, you can almost smell the horse poop now. Imagine all these guys out here who dumped horse and cow manure all over their yards to get them fertilized, you know, and green and stuff for summer, and they have to let it all die off. So, but I am watering my back grass. So the stuff you can't see, it needs to be watered. Oh, we got a sticker in one of these. Alright, and that's number 3. That right there. Yep, could have used that part too for campers, but no, I mean, who's gonna have who's gonna have horseshoes in their camper unless you're playing horseshoes or something. And this goes right there. These were good for giving yourself more interior space, but I see window frames. We hadn't put windows in yet. Oh, never mind. That's the next thing. Spoiler alert. Alright. And when I do my building guides, I do that with the windows too. These lattice windows were really cool when they came out back in the late 80s. And nice set of casement windows, you just, you know, with the lattice and stuff. I think they came in white and brown when I was a kid. Now it's like, they were a little different than these. They fit in the old style frames, but they were just cool nonetheless to have. Now it's like they're pretty common. Okay, a couple of plates here. You know, I should do is give shout outs in these. Very few people still watch them, but for those who do, they get a benefit. Or they get to doze off. at my expense. It just depends. So build quality is still pretty good. Feels kind of slow because this is targeted for little children or medium size. I don't know what the age limit on this is. 7+. So yeah, that explains it. For an adult, it's a bit slower, but I don't grade on that because to me, if it's easy to follow, high rankings. This one has some stickers in it. It doesn't seem like we're caking them on. Probably a 6 or a 7. It's hard to say. We've not done with it yet, so I can't really grade it. Jay, you're grading these sets so hard. You betcha. People do that to my mocks, you know. Alrighty. And another one of these headlight bricks. I think we're going to go ahead and probably do bags 1, 2, and 3 today. Or I could just jump and do 4. And the next session just do 5, 6, and 7 to speed it up. I may do that, I don't know. We'll see how far I get on it, see if it's plausible if we can do so. First I thought I wasn't recording. Always got to check. Alright. Except for this white piece here, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this is my first brick separator in blue-green. That's a nice color. I have to frame that brick separator. Oh, we're going to start building part of the kitchen. Okay. Starting with reddish brown. Oh, that's probably going to shatter when I put a part on there. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't. And we're going to have to put a sticker on a regular red brick. That will definitely get ripped off. Just for this goofy old thing. With a... I almost said a bad word there. With a heart? Yeah, I gotta think of a place. Well, that's as close as it's going to get, but that's what I had to put on there. I got to think of some new places to take my nephew driving. He's about 25% done with his practicing. And with gas being expensive, it just feels like I'm just wasting money, but he's got to get his license, so... And I was correct when I did the part exploration. These cupcake pieces. I'm going to order a few of those. Hopefully they'll come in different colors. And of course, the smallest pieces always fall on the floor. It's never a big brick or something. Alright. Put that in there, and it's supposed to put it inside the oven. You know, I used to use these for ovens, but not anymore. They're just kind of impractical. Just don't look realistic. They don't look real enough, so. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll do bags 1 through 4. Okay, so this is actually just a box of something down there. That's a sink? You know, Lego, don't we have any kind of faucets other than using the old tap? I kind of break away from using those. We got some newer pieces that we could use possibly for faucets. You just got to re-engineer them a bit. And this is actually the stove with two big giant burners. I never think about using those, but they're just too big. And of course we're done because it's got the little star effect, the starburst effect. And there you go. Oh, except this is not the right color. My bad, it's this color. And this goes on these jumper plates. That tells me that this is meant to be removed. So I'm assuming now that we can probably move the furniture around in this model, which is always cool. Alright. And we're going to have to cake this with a bunch of stud flowers. So here we go. Yeah, but I'm really getting excited. It's almost like going on a camping trip, building these little camping themes. You know, I can't wait to really dive into it. I just got one scene to film with backcountry camping. I got to rip that apart, make the campground for that. And here's the thing, guys and gals. Thank goodness I have a rough building guide for those. So if I ever want to revisit a build, I can just build it. I've been getting a lot of requests just for summertime for the bigger mocks. I got a request for like 3 houses and a few campers that I haven't got to yet. So that's going to be very fun to do. I just got to do them. And writing manuals on older projects is pretty easy. Sometimes I'll have to rebuild it just to make it into a tutorial. And this one goes 2 studs from the end here. Okay. And we're using this for hay, which I've seen a lot of these profile bricks being used for hay bales. And the horse's trough. Yeah, I just gotta really get these tutorials going. I mean, I got a bunch of guides written up, I just haven't finished the videos up. Okay, this goes here. And more hay. How about there be something on the top? Okay, I don't think it really matters. I think it's just the vertical stripes are supposed to sit outside. Yep, that's what they do in there. It just sits on this jumper plate right here. So obviously this is a one-sided, this building's got 3 sides. If you want to put this in your city, obviously you're going to have to finish it up. So this is what we have left. We have 1 extra hat. This is the riding hat and some ice cream toppers. Let's see if I'm forgetting any of those. Okay, so let's see what bag 4 has to offer. I'm just gonna see where we're going here with this. Obviously that's not it because that's too many pieces. We'll just keep building until we're tired, huh? Let's just do bag 4 and I think we'll wrap up this installment. So, of course I can always look at the beginning of the book and see what we got. Bag 4 is basically this whole thing this portion is complete. The first floor. Oh. Looks like we get some pretty good sized parts here. So we're going to be continuing. Don't roll off. So we're going to be continuing on with this mess here. So it is broken down. You know, so let's say, you know, you're building this for your child, or you're just a young builder, or whatever, you know. Or your attention span is not as good, like mine. You can break these builds down into smaller portions. You know what, I just thought of something. They have these type of plates. Why don't they have a 1x2 palisade plate? That'd be pretty cool. But no, sadly they don't. No palisade plates. And then this goes here. Okay. So far, bags 1, 2, and 3 have been pleasant. It hasn't been saturated with stickers. That's what I like to see. I mean, I'm not a fan of stickers, but if they're very mild, I'm fine. Just don't oversaturate the bill with them because it does get kind of boring. Oh, okay, I see what this is for. This is for the stairs. So, see, we're getting ready to build the sun deck. I don't know what we're building. I think it's the second floor. I think it's the living quarters. And I love this color window. White would have sufficed, but I think they're trying to match the trim around it. Too bad there's no way you can put glass in those too. And a 1x3 here. Now, I do pre-screen the manuals beforehand, you know, just to read everything through, but also to, you know, make sure that there's nothing that I can leak out. I'm not a leak person. I don't care to leak stuff. I just pre-screen it to make sure. It makes Lego happy. There's certain sets and artwork that they don't really want me to show, and you know, I do respect that. I wouldn't want to Lego leak it out in my tutorials and taking credit for them. So, you know, I'm not gonna do that. I've already been approached by a few already about leaks, and I'm like, you're on the wrong place. This is the wrong channel to ask for that. So I will not be doing leaks. JY, that's how you get popular. Cause this is not a leak channel. This is Let's Build It. This is a Let's Build It channel. We got to build everything. It's not Let's Leak It. Well, maybe I should do a Lego leak. That should be my next mock. Some of you know where I'm going with that one. Lego leaks. Like, oh guys, I got the greatest Lego leak ever. And it's my bin of Lego spilled all over the floor. Like or have a bin that's cracked and it's just pieces leaking all over the floor. Like, oh, major Lego leak. I think somebody would probably get a little angry with me on that one. Oh. Okay. I didn't see any of those tiles in here. I see the round ones. These I'm assuming we're using for the doors. Okay. And how you're seeing it in camera is how I see it too. So looks like we got some paw prints there. And just for COPPA to know, I'm an adult. I'm doing this as a stress reliever for my own documentation. So this video is not meant for children. Why COPPA? Because a little child under 13 can choke on this. That's exactly why. Even an adult could do that too. If it doesn't pass all the way through, you can choke on that. You know, and we don't want that to happen. So the box says one age, I say otherwise. So this is strictly for adults. If you're a parent watching this with your child, hey, I tip my hat off to you. That's the way it's supposed to be. Gives you a chance to spend time with your child and watch this stuff, and that's how it is. Like my tutorials, you know. Okay, now we got to build a smaller portion of a wall. I sometimes think they use these studs here as anchors, like right here. I've been doing that a lot in my manuals, and then start building the actual build. I think it's just meant for an anchor point. And you know, these palisade bricks, they work good for making the siding. Okay, so we have a paw print. You know what I'm assuming that this is? A dog dish. Dog food and water. That's what I'm gathering. I don't think it'd be horse food. That's what the hay's for, right? Unless this horse is really picky on where the food's at. Maybe she wants it there in a dog bowl. I don't know. The smell of brand new ABS plastic. There we go. Put that right in there. You know, I'm not really a fan of column bricks, but sometimes they're a blessing, especially when they're like that. Just trying to line up all those little 1x1 bricks. Yeah, they're a pain. I wish I'd just make a two brick high one. You know what? This color here would look good with dark brown. Like for maybe a cabin. Okay, I see how that goes. Okay. And then there's a tile that goes here. And then what happens is it sticks here. So this is probably the little kitchen. Get that in frame for you there. And they have stars by it too. It just tells you it's complete. One thing I do miss though is the sets being built on a big giant base plate. And I think I know why LEGO does it more and more is to allow the user to drop this on his or her own size of base plate or a Mills plate. This could fit on a Mills plate. It's obviously 6 or 32 studs wide, probably wider than that. And you can just plug these in to any way you want. Kind of wiggly. Gonna break. Yeah, since it's Memorial Day, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of campers like Thursday night. Oh, this goes down here. I saw a lot of campers, people packing up. It's pretty quiet out here. And it's just a shame that I wasn't one of those. But, I don't know a lot of people who camp. Let's stay in a hotel room and get drunk or high or something. Like, no, I don't want to do that stuff. I want to do I want to be able to remember what I did. All right. Let me reposition this here. I'm trying to match the book here. It's starting to get a little tired. Okay, so we need 2 of these here. Go right there. And then, very rare you'll ever see a 2x10 in a set these days. Good way to strengthen that up. At least it's not wiggly anymore. You know, LEGO could really make some of these sets really advanced. I'd like to see a LEGO Friends Expert or it's just full-blown modular style or something, just hardcore. Just a hardcore Lego Friends set. Boy, that's coming out real easily. Hope we're going to secure that down. Well, kind of. I want to see how the barn doors work. That's almost where we're at now with all the parts. I just need this one last clip. And, oh, there it is. My bad. Really need to go to sleep. Let's see here. Okay, now we're locking it all together with plates. Still wiggly. Oh, we're putting more plates on. Cool. Let's see, is it still wiggly after this? Shouldn't be. No, now we're sturdy. Now it's time to put the deck on. Now, you want to be careful putting these on. The bigger they are, like this, you could press and these would break. So if you put them on, just slowly work around the edges. Some people just start pressing right in the middle. Don't do that, because you will break them. I have done that. I'm not paying attention. If you have to, feel underneath, finger the bottom, look under here, make sure. You know, Lego is getting expensive. We've all been talking about that in our community. And yeah, if you want to join our Lego community, you're more than welcome to. Let's build it. I may put the link in the description for you guys who are interested. We talk about MOCs, sets, anything else that's Lego related, or if you're into Pokemon or Minecraft, we do those there too. You know. And yes, that does look uneven at the top. That is how the book shows it. So we did everything correctly. This doesn't look like a bad build. It just looks rather... I don't know. So we got a couple of these here. Hold on. Oh, okay, I skipped a page. Got that there. I forgot to put these at the bottom. So you start with the 4 stud long, set them right down there. They're going to have to sit on the tile like that. And these go on here. They're supposed to be like little hinges. So that's what I'm guessing they are. Okay, so they're pretty close together like that. You did it right, because that is how the book shows it. Now the fun part begins. Let's make the doors. You got to make 4 of these, and these plates feel very weird. They feel like there's no weight to them. Look at this. I mean, these are so flexible. I think Lego's going more to a rubber plastic than anything else. So I think that's what they're leaning towards. And hey, that's fine by me. If they're not going to break as easily, hey, I'm all for that. If you want to run the bigger ones like that. You notice I'm just throwing them all on there because they're all duplicates. So I'm just going to start laying parts on here. And that'll be the last part of the build for the night. Now, you can make this any color you want, just make it into a MOC and then change all the colors out, and that's pretty much about it for this bag. I'll put the doors on the barn. Okay. And I would start with the bottom one first. I'm not sure how those are going to go on. I don't know if they're supposed to touch the studs or just have them sit on top of this top bracket here. That's pretty much about it. And the tiles behind it actually keep them from sinking in. Now, if you're building this for a small one, just have them not push these in real hard because they could snap these clips or something. You don't want to break your Lego. So this really is planned out very well. Unfortunately, they buckle a little bit, so you just have to, you can't just close them like that. Let's see here, let's try it again here, do that. I guess it's okay. So, looks pretty good. So you can leave it like that. Honestly, this is a great idea. If you want to, you could just leave these top ones off and make a whole entire horse stall. A lot of horse stalls have some of these. So you could do that too. This is a really clever idea, just making a bunch of horse stalls. You don't have to use some fancy gates, just use these. Just as good. Just change this out, maybe use nougat and reddish brown. Try to find these plates in the back here. I've only seen them in a handful of colors. I think that would look really well. So let's take a look at bag 5, 6, and 7. And then that's where we're going to leave off for the evening. Let's take a look here. So, let me get this all situated here for you. So we already did this up to this point here. Next we're going to start building the second floor. I like this technique of roof. 6 is more roofing, and 7 is the, well, there's a hole in the roof and then this, and that's it. So, honestly, so far, my synopsis for this build, it's been a very pleasurable build. I haven't thrown it around the room or anything like that. It's not repetitive. It's got some nice bright colors. I know some of you guys hate the colors on these things, but I'm looking at it's cheerful looking. It's bright and colorful. I'm sure that the young builder, whoever is going to build this, is going to have a lot of fun with it. You know, if you're building this for a mock, you can just change out some of the colors and finish up the house. Other than that, though, I think this is going to conclude this installment. So the next video, I don't know when I'll have it filmed. We'll finish this up for bags 4 or for bags 5, 6, and 7.